Welcome! In this video, I'm going to be giving you some Kickstarter updates for 65 Jungles of Vietnam 2nd edition. I'll also be talking about some 65 products that we currently have in our web store if you're interested. And then also I'm going to be talking about and answering some questions that we've been getting about compatibility with some of the different 65 products we have with the 2nd edition and then also the solitaire expansion. So I wanted to go ahead and address those things so that everybody understands what they're getting. Thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, first off, thank you guys so much for supporting this Kickstarter. It was funded in 19 minutes, which is just incredible. So thank you guys so much for your support. We're really excited about this 2nd edition and some of the special stuff we have coming out with this edition. So not only was it funded in 19 minutes, we were also able so far to unlock a bunch of stretch goals. We've unlocked all of the ones that we've named. Once we hit $50,000, we're going to actually unlock new stretch goals that are going to be based on feedback that we've gotten from you guys. And these are going to be really exciting. So I really hope we reach that $50,000 plus mark so that we can have some of this extra cool stuff inspired by you guys to come out. So far, we've already unlocked a new scenario. We've unlocked linen-backed cards, which we did not have in the 1st edition. So this is going to be special for 2nd edition. Those linen-backed cards are going to be universal, so they're also going to, throughout this Kickstarter, so they're also going to be in the update kit as well. We've unlocked 9 new action cards. So that's 3 different stretch goal levels that we were able to unlock. And then we've also unlocked the Kick and Ass scenario book. So this Kickstarter is going to be online until October 3rd, so you still have time to back it. In the meantime, let's try to get to that $50,000 mark so that we can unlock some of these new stretch goals that you guys have been giving us ideas for. One in particular, I'm really excited about. So hopefully we reach that mark so we can get that stretch goal. I also wanted to address that in the Pledge Manager, Pipe Creek will be available. Some people had asked about that in the Kickstarter comments. So yes, Pipe Creek will be available in the Pledge Manager. In addition to a lot of our Flying Pig products will be available in the Pledge Manager as well. So I wanted to go ahead and talk about the products that we have in stock currently in our web store that you could order now. These will also be available in the Pledge Manager, but if you were interested in getting these things now, wanted to go ahead and talk about them because a lot of people have asked about them and they're great products. The first one is the Hue City map, which is an urban map expansion to the base game. It's a really gorgeous map. All of the 65 maps that come with the base game are like jungles. And so this brings in a whole different geographical element of the urban setting. This is $25 currently in the store. We also have 65 Alone in the Jungle, which is the solitaire expansion to the base game. Many of you guys already own this, but for those of you who don't, this is a great way to play the game. It's a solitaire expansion. In this game, you, the player, plays as the Americans, and then you are battling the communists who are going to be controlled by a special solitaire deck. This comes with a scenario book, a sheet of counters, and also a deck of 27 cards. This is only $40 currently in our store, and it is compatible with the 2nd edition. We also have the United States Marine Corps and ANZAC expansion. This includes 2 sheets of counters with Marine Corps units, Australians and New Zealanders. It comes with a scenario book and rules, and this is $39.99, and it is a really great deal that is in the store currently as well if you're interested in having those factions join in. All right, lastly in the store, we do have the 65 action card expansion for $12. So that is the last of the 4 items we currently have in the web store that you can go ahead and get in preparation for your pledge that you've made on the Kickstarter for the 2nd edition. These are all really great enhancements to an already really great, fun, exciting game. Okay, so I wanted to talk about some of the differences between the 1st and the 2nd edition, and then I also wanted to talk about some of the questions that you guys have had about compatibilities between the different editions, between some of the products we have. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of the differences. Firstly, the living rules are posted online on the website. So if you want to go look through the rules yourself and see some of the differences, you can. The scenarios are not posted because we can't give everything away, but the living rules are posted, and everything in blue is going to be different than the 1st edition. So if you want to just kind of skim and jump to those blue sections and see what is different, you can do that online by going to the link that I'm putting in the description below for the 65 game in our web store. If you've watched my videos, you've already heard some of this, but I'm going to go ahead and reiterate it and then also include some new information. This edition does include the revamped rules, which I just talked about. The differences are in blue. There's a lot of new helicopter mechanics. There's lasting artillery effects. There's different situational fire attacks that will really change some of the gameplay. There's new box art, which isn't totally crazy different from the first edition, but it does kind of capture the essence of this war a little bit more. So every scenario has been meticulously revised. So you do get that in the second edition or also the update kit. And you are also going to see some Kickstarter exclusive add-ons like we've talked about before, Drawn Swords, which brings in the Arvin forces. This is a boxed expansion. And then also we unlocked the big stretch goal of Kickin' Ass, which is going to include new scenarios. It's a scenario pack that includes Anzac, USA, and then also the Marine Corps troops. So probably the biggest change and one of the most exciting changes between first and second edition 65 was actually taken from 85. And these are the event cards. So there are going to be there are going to be event cards added in the second edition, which was not in the first edition at all. So if you've played 85, these event cards will be kind of familiar to you and you know how much fun and how much they add to the game. So those new event cards are going to be in 65. So there's also streamlined line of sight rules. So if you jump to that section in the rulebook online, you will see a lot of blue text there about line of sight. There's also going to be a completely new deck of action cards. So like I said, these are going to be Lenin backed, which we did not have in the first edition. And it's going to have some changes to critical hits, first fire, and unexpected cover cards. There's going to be changes to shot impacts on AFVs and moving fire penalties. So unfortunately, my blue light has gone out and I can't charge it right now. So we're just going to keep moving forward. We'll just have to deal with just the green light. Let's go ahead and start talking about some compatibility. So what is going to be compatible with the second edition? So Alone in the Jungle, the solitaire expansion, is compatible with the second edition. I've had a couple of people ask how solo friendly is 65 just in general, so without the expansion for Alone in the Jungle. And I would say it's not very solo friendly. If you haven't played this game before, what happens is both players have a hand of cards, and those cards might say move, fire, rally, different actions that you can take. And the actions you can take are going to be in the hand of cards you have in front of you. So that's kind of difficult to play solitaire when you're trying to play another player's hand of cards and your own. So there isn't a lot of secrecy there. So I would recommend purchasing that solitaire expansion, Alone in the Jungle, so that you have the deck of cards that you're drawing from, so that you can play it solitaire. So yes, like I said, Alone in the Jungle is compatible with the second edition. Kickin' Ass is not going to be compatible with the first edition, and that's because it incorporates the event cards. I did mention this before, but I have a little bit more to expand on here. There is an entirely new action card deck, and that's going to have the Linen finish, which was one of the stretch goals that we unlocked. This will be in the update kit and also in the second edition base game. And it's going to include event cards and also a couple new action cards. One of the action cards, which I think sounds really fun, I was talking to my dad about this. He actually said he had the inspiration for this card while mowing the grass. So pretty relatable if you also have a large yard with grass that you have to mow. Sometimes your best ideas come when you're driving. So this card is actually going to be a sniper card, and it sounds like a lot of fun. So what you do is when you play this sniper card, you actually get to take a card from the player in front of you's hand at random, and then you get to take your action. So this is kind of replicating some of the confusion that a sniper would sow in battle. So I think that this is a really great, fun new action card that's going to be in this second edition. And lastly, Drawn Swords is only going to be compatible with second edition or the update kit. So I think I've covered pretty much all of the questions we've gotten from the Kickstarter comments. If I've missed something, please feel free to comment online about any questions that you have. Drop a comment in the comment section below. Thanks. Thanks again for watching this video. I hope that this answers some of your questions. Like I said, the Kickstarter is live now. I will link that in the description below. Thank you so much for funding it in 19 minutes. That support was awesome. Thank you for unlocking all of these stretch goals. We're really excited to hit the $50,000 mark and unlock a new stretch goal that we got from some ideas from you guys that have posted comments about this. And don't forget that it runs until October 3rd, and then the Pledge Manager will open after that. I will give you more information about that in our October monthly update. Thanks again for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.